right. Good afternoon, class. This is PLAR History and Geography. We are live right now with Wasa and Silico. Again, my name is Jonathan. I am your teacher for this course. We are at the end of week number 8, which means there are exactly 1 week left after this week. And again, there are only 6 more school days left, which is tomorrow and the rest of next week. So we got 6 more school days. We're almost at the end of term 2B before our midweek and before graduation, which is going to be held on Wednesday, June 29th here in Silico over at Pelican Falls for all of our graduates and our potential grads who are finishing up. Just a reminder to all students in class and all PLAR students, the deadline to submit any PLAR work is Friday, June 17th. Again, hopefully you have that date circled. Again, that is next Friday. Okay, next Friday, June 17th, is the last official day to submit any work, any PLAR assignments, if you don't want to write any tests. Again, teachers will be off during the summer, and if you submit any work after this due date, it will not be marked until September. So again, work super hard, do as much as you can. Again, don't get stressed out. If you need help, contact your teachers. But again, the last date to submit any work is Friday, June the 17th. So just keep that in mind. Like always, feel free to listen and participate. You can simply listen by radio, 91.9 FM, or you can call the Wasa studio, and Bertha will put you online. You can listen and participate, ask questions, and we can engage back and forth. Again, if you're unable to come to class live, that is okay. Again, all of the lessons will be recorded. I will post it on my timeline on my Facebook page, and you can also find it on the archive WhatsApp page as well. But to get in touch with me, your teacher Jonathan, like always, feel free to give me a call during my office hours. My extension is 2221. If I'm not there, simply just leave a message, your name, your concern, your number, and I will simply get back to you as soon as I can. We got Waterman on the line. Hello in Waterman. Hopefully someone can hear me in Waterman. Hopefully that's Lillian. Oh, there she is. Hi, Lillian.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
Did you just finish writing your history test?
Yeah.
How was that?
I don't know.
You don't know? Was it easy? Was it hard? Any confusions? Was it straightforward? It was just okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm sure there won't be any problems. Did you get the DC to fax it back to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So hopefully I'll get that by tomorrow morning, and I will mark that once I get back into my office, and I will post your mark. I'll email you the DC or your mark like usual, and I'll post your mark on your Facebook page. So make sure you check your Facebook inbox by sometime tomorrow morning, and you'll have your mark for your history test there. Again, I'm sure there won't be any problems, Lillian. But again, remember, you do have a second opportunity to write it if there is any problems. But again, all you need was 50% or higher in order to complete that test. So again, there shouldn't be any problems. But there you go, Lillian. You're halfway done the course. History is pretty much now done. All you gotta do now is focus on geography, finish up those assignments as soon as you can, and hopefully you can write your geography tests, same format, sometime next week before this term is done. Okay? Sounds great. Again, class, just a reminder, again, feel free to send me an email if you have any questions, jho@nnec.on.ca. Again, feel free to add me as a friend on Facebook, social media, jho.wasa, and again, anything can be found on my YouTube channel or the archive page. So Lillian, which assignment are you working on right now in terms of the geography assignments?
Lesson 4.
Lesson 4? Is that assignment 9 and assignment 10?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No.
No? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I haven't received any of your geography assignment yet, so hopefully when you get a chance, you can submit that to me.
Okay.
Uh, so for example, if you're done assignment 9, send that to me, and I can mark that and update your marks. Again, if you're done assignment 10, same thing. Get that to me as soon as you can, and I'll just mark that as well. Okay. But Lillian, if you want me to go back at some point and review any content or any questions from lesson number 4, just let me know. We are currently on lesson number 5. That is our focus at the moment. We will be talking about assignments 15 today. So I'm not sure if you want to move ahead and look at assignment 15, or if you want to continue where you left off, or if you want me to go back and review any content, any materials, just let me know, Lillian. I know you're on the line right now, which is fantastic. Okay? So again, at any point throughout my lessons, feel free to interrupt me, ask any questions. Remember, I'm here to help. I don't mind spending some time helping students out. We can always go back with my lessons. It's not a big deal. We can always catch up. But since you're on the line right now, Lillian, and you're participating, again, just let me know if you need any help, any confusions. Again, I want you to finish. You're almost there, Lillian. You're halfway there. Again, hopefully you can finish up assignment 9 to assignment 16 by sometime next week, or even by our midweek, and we can finish up this course for you. Okay? So again, for everyone else who are following along, or I know that everyone's at different stages. Some are almost done. Some are almost able to write their tests. Some are at where we're at right now. Again, everyone's at different stages, which is great. But again, the main goal is to continue to work on those assignments, finish them up, and submit them to me while you can. All right. So, are there any last questions or concerns there, Lillian, before I begin today's class lesson?
No.
No? So you're on assignment 9 or assignment 10?
10.
10?
Question.
Which question? Why don't we finish that right now?
Question 8.
Question 8? Question 8, where it says describe the Commonwealth of countries or nations.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull that up for you. That way you can see it on the screen as well.
Okay.
I think we did that like sometime last week. But did you finish all the other questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. So hopefully you can see my screen now, Lillian. I got assignment number 10, question 8 on my screen. And it's simply the question asks, describe the Commonwealth of countries, include who is entitled to be a member, and why is Canada part of this organization. And then name 4 countries that do not belong, although they qualify for membership. Okay, so that question is out of 4 marks. Kind of gave a little example when we did this in class. So your job is to describe who were the Commonwealth of Nations, or who were the part of the Commonwealth of countries. Why are they a part of this organization? As you call any countries that were part of the Commonwealth, they had links or ties to the British Empire, or they were once ruled by the British Empire, or once a part of the British colony at some point through their history before they gained independence. Canada was a part of this organization simply because, as you remember, Canada was once a part of the British Empire. We were once a colony of the British Empire, hence why we are a part of the Commonwealth of Nations or a Commonwealth of Countries. And then just tell me 4 countries that do not belong, even though they qualify. So if I go back a few slides and go over those notes, hopefully that can help you, Lillian. All right. Again, hopefully you can see this on the screen. So again, I'll quickly go over these slides, but feel free to take notes and write these down. So Commonwealth of Nations. Simply, this is on page 37 in your textbook if you need to go back and refer to anything. So page 37 in your textbook. So the Commonwealth of Nations is simply any independent sovereign state or country that was once a territory or a part of the British Empire. Hint, hint. Example, Canada is now an independent country, but Canada was once a part of the British Empire. So any countries that follows that same format or that pattern is a part of the Commonwealth of Countries. They were once controlled by Britain, but now have gained their own independence, which means that they are now their own country and could do whatever they would like. However, they still maintain ties with other countries and still maintain connection and links with Britain. The Queen Elizabeth II is the head of state of all Commonwealth of Nations, but she has no more political power. She's just a symbol of unity with all these members. Countries within the Commonwealth of Nations are simply they promote diverse economic backgrounds, they promote democracy, they promote human rights, and they promote good governance. In other words, friendship and partnership. But what we need to remember are these 2 points right here. Okay, so independent state, sovereign state, they were once controlled by Britain, but now they have gained independence. And they simply promote economic backgrounds, diversity, human rights, good governance. Alright, so those are the Commonwealth of Nations. That makes sense, Lillian?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good stuff. And countries that do not, so if you look on my screen, again, this map shows that anything that's highlighted in dark blue are part of the Commonwealth of Nations. Again, anything that's highlighted in blue, they were once controlled by Britain, but now they are their own independent state. Again, I just have a few lists of countries on my screen. Even though they kind of qualify or promote the same goals within the Commonwealth, but they do not belong. Okay, they does not belong. Okay, so feel free to pick any 4 of these countries that I have listed. Okay, so Egypt, Jordan, United States, Iraq, Kuwait, Hong Kong, France. Even though they, again, like I said, they promote the same goals within the Commonwealth, but they are not a part of it. Okay, so pick any of these 4 countries. There are more listed in your textbook as well. Okay, so hopefully that helps you with assignments number 10, question number 8 for that part. All right there, Lillian? Good stuff. So hopefully you can jot that down or finish that up and then move forward with assignment number 11. All right. So again, Lillian, hopefully you can finish that up and move on to the next assignment where you work on that. I'm going to start my lesson today. But again, as you continue to work on these assignments, and if you have any questions, again, just let me know. I will check up on you throughout the course to see if you need any more help. All right there? All right. All right, class, for everyone else, we're going to start today's lesson. It is entitled Pollution and Conservation. Again, this is assignment number 15 that we will be covering. and it's still part of lesson number 5 in PLAR geography. So again, not a huge lesson today. We'll see how far we get. We probably should be able to finish it. Assignment number 15 is a huge assignment. So we'll make sure we go over those questions as well. And again, we'll make sure if Lillian needs any help, again, Lillian, just let us know, and I'll be more than happy to help you or stop or go back if needed. But let's get to our learning goals for today. Again, we're still looking at the theme of geography, so let's write this out. Our learning goals, what we will be discussing, exploring, and analyzing today for this section. So we'll be talking about pollution. We'll define pollution, what it is, how it's harmful, and whatnot. We'll look at the ozone layer. Why is that significant? Why is that disappearing to an extent? We'll talk about acid rain, not just rain, but acid rain, and how that impacts the ecosystem. Conservation, as you have that I have already emphasized, what we can do. And lastly, we'll talk about some renewable and non-renewable resources. How we can limit non-renewable resources. Okay? And then as promised, we'll look over assignment number 15. Again, a huge assignment out of 40 big marks. We'll make sure we go over that in depth and details as well. So that is our focus today. Again, more definitions as we progress. Alright, how do people upset the balance of the environment? How do people upset the balance of the environment? Well, there are a few factors that come into play. We need to take into account not just how we impact the environment and how we impact people, but we need to take into account other factors as well, such as animals and other living species as well. So how do we impact or upset the balance of the environment? Again, when we use the word environment, it's simply what's around us in our surroundings. So one, we destroy habitats of living things. So again, it could be any wildlife. We destroy the living habitats. We cut down trees for farms and towns. Again, as cities and towns and communities grow based on populations and based on needs, we need to expand. In order to expand, we need to clear the land simply by destroying or cutting down our trees and our forests to create more homes, job opportunities, and such forth. We build dams. We mine, again, by digging a hole in the earth, by extracting rocks and minerals for our everyday goods and purposes. Again, that impacts the environment as well. And the main factor is pollution. Whatever we do basically leads to pollution. Again, we'll look at pollution in more depth. But again, some examples of how we impact or upset the balance of nature is that we, again, it could be hunting or fishing. We destroy habitats of living things. Could be fire or whatnot. Again, cutting down trees for farms and towns. We build dams, mining, and pollution. And as a result, I have on my screen, species of animals find it harder to survive, and we upset the balance of nature. Okay, so we're impacting a lot of wildlife, trees, animals, by doing basically everyday activities. So we need to take into account our wildlife as well, as they are part of our ecosystem. So what is pollution? Do you know what pollution is, Lillian? What is pollution? Have you seen pollution? Can you give me a little example of pollution? No, that's all right. That's all right. Well, I have it on my screen. So pollution is simply people upset the balance of nature with pollution. Pollution is simply anything that harms the environment. Again, we see it on the news, the media, newspaper all the time about pollution and how it impacts us negatively and with consequences. But people upset the balance of nature with pollution. Pollution is a major problem. It comes in all different forms. I'm not just talking about air quality based on how we breathe in air, but we also need to take into account land pollution and water pollution, such as garbage, chemical waste dumped on our land, and our sources of water. So again, pollution can come in many different forms. It occurs when harmful substance or pollutants are released into the atmosphere. So anything that's harmful, again, poison or chemicals or whatnot, that's released into our atmosphere, whether it's purpose or on purpose, accidental or not, it impacts the environment. So in other words, it poisons the environment and it can spread to all parts. So air quality can impact water quality, and so forth. So why is pollution significant? Well, it causes sickness, illness, birth defects, breathing disease and problems, and other health problems as well. So again, we all don't want to be sick. We all want to be big and strong and healthy, have a good long life. We don't want to be seeing the doctors or in the hospital room. So again, pollution is a major factor. Heat wave, humidity is again can be a source of pollution or whatnot. Driving our cars a lot every single day, leaving our cars running. It releases chemicals, carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. As we have learned, it causes global warming, climate change, and that is an example of another source of pollution. So pollution. Anything that's harmful, again, air, land, and water. So again, more pictures to illustrate. Uh, we can talk about water. Again, we shouldn't be dumping our garbage in any water, oceans, rivers, streams. Again, that can affect aquatic mammals and other aspects of our drinking water. If we want good, clean drinking water, again, we must keep it clean. Air quality of pollution, simply, again, any factories, again, any smoke. Again, more urban areas have more pollution compared to smaller communities. Again, another example of pollution. And simply land pollution. If you want to eliminate the dumps and garbage sites, again, simply recycle if we can, reduce and reuse. Again, garbage can lead to pollution. Again, all these factors can affect our health as well. Again, things that we can keep in mind, things we can do every day in our community to help reduce pollution and fix these problems. So again, all of these come into play: water, air, and land. The ozone layer. Alright, let's talk about this for a bit. The ozone layer is high in the atmosphere. Again, the atmosphere, the air, is a layer, and it's known as the ozone layer. The purpose and the goal of the ozone layer is to block UV lights or ultraviolet lights that come from the sun, which can cause skin cancer and eye problems. It is harmful for plants, animals, and even for people. But we as people, with our everyday activities and chemicals and pollution, we destroy the ozone layer, and it destroys the ecosystem. Hence why maintaining and protecting our ozone layer is significant, again, for all these other factors. Again, the ozone layer is like an imaginary layer high up in the atmosphere. It blocks us the sun UV lights from reaching the earth, destroying land and habitat ecosystem. Again, the atmosphere, again, as we recall, is air that surrounds the planet. There are 5 different layers based on the atmospheres. As we increase or go higher in terms of altitude, or as we go higher above ground level. But simply the ozone layer, this imaginary layer right here, purpose is to protect us from the sun ray light from hitting the Earth's surface. Again, sun's radiation can affect us, people, and plants as well. Again, different layers within the atmosphere as we get higher, but the ozone layer is right here. This imaginary layer. But again, as we increase in altitude, it gets colder and colder. We live in this atmosphere called the troposphere. This is where we live based on land. And this is the ozone layer right here. This imaginary layer in our atmosphere. But there are claims that there are holes within the ozone layer. Again, as we damage the ozone layer, again, it impacts the ecosystem, people, homes, and so forth. So that is the ozone layer. Alright, next topic we are going to discuss is acid rain. Pretty straightforward. Acid rain is caused by human impacts. Again, no surprise there. It is caused by cars, trucks, train, power plants, and industry where it releases sulfur and nitrogen into the air or the atmosphere, where it combines with the sunlight, water vapors, and oxygen, and as a result of that, it becomes more acidic. So acid rain is simply just rain, normal rain, but it's more acidic. Okay, rain itself is acidic, but with human activities, it becomes more acid, and as a result, it leads to acid rain. Acid rain is dangerous because it destroys, again, homes, plants, water, ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem, and so forth. We know that rain is important in terms of sustainable life. We need water to survive, for crops to grow, and other factors. Because of pollution in the air, acid gases from factories, cars, homes, the rain is becoming more dangerous for life of every living creatures, and this is known as acid rain. Acid gases are produced when fossil fuel like coal and oil are burned by power stations and plants and factories, or even from our own homes. Most of these acid rains are blown into the sky. When they are mixed with clouds, it has caused rain, snow, sleet, hail, fog, and other to become more acid. So, for example, of acids are lemon juice. So, if you have a lemon in our home, it is acidic. Vinegar is another form of acid, so any vinegar products. Okay, those are all examples of acids. So to further illustrate, we have homes, a house right here, or factories. They create smoke, which can be toxic, whatnot, into our air, and it mixes with the clouds, with the rain, and as rain falls, it becomes acid rain. Again, like I mentioned, rain itself is already acidic, but when it's mixed with these chemicals and products, it becomes more acid, and as a result, it leads to acid rain. Yeah, and even It can even come from our own cars. Again, the gas emission from our own cars and trucks and factories, plants, and it mixes with rain. And as it all falls down with rain, it becomes acid rain. Again, why is this important? Because acid rain simply destroys the ecosystem. Again, trees are affected. It may not grow properly. A water system can be more, water quality can be more acidic. It can change the color of cars, make it more rusty. The sides of our homes can be changing in colors or even rust or other factors. Again, it impacts us based on our living conditions and even animals as well. Hence why acid rain can be dangerous in long-term effects in terms of sustainable living. Acid rain. All right, conservation. Conservation simply means protecting, maintaining, sustaining, so that we have it for future use. So think of something that you absolutely really like. It could be your phone, it could be a product, it could be a television or something, anything that you really, really like, but you must conserve it. In other words, protect it. If you don't protect it, for example, it can get damaged, and you may not have it for long term or for future use. Okay, so again, if you, for example, love your smartphone or your phone, for example, but if you don't conserve it or protect it or maintain it, you can simply drop it. It can have water damage. You can lose it. Someone can steal it, and simply you won't have it for the future. So in other words, conserving simply means using it now, so that, and then using it to an extent so that we have it for future long-term range as well. Maintaining and protecting. But when looking at this as sources, it can be in two kinds: renewable resource and non-renewable resource. So let's look at renewable. So renewable resource is anything that we can use again and again, and it will not be gone. Okay, this is known as renewable. We can have it forever, basically. So renewable resource such as the sun, wind, waves, and the heat of the earth can be used again and again and again and again, and it will not run out. It does not produce greenhouse gases, and therefore is less harmful for the earth. Again, we can use this again to so much extent, and it will not be gone. So for example, wind power, again, this is great. We can set up windmills or wind turbines in our communities, use nature's wind to generate energy, power, electricity, and other factors. We can set up solar panels where it generates heat from the sun or other factors to, again, generate power, electricity. Hydro dams where we use water. Again, waves and tides from the oceans, as it increases and decreases, again, that will not be gone. Another two examples that I have listed is geothermal power, geothermal power, sorry. That is heat from the earth. Again, as we go deeper and deeper within the earth's surface, the temperature increases. So again, we can use that again as another source of power or energy. Biomass, again, that is energy from plants such as wood or animal droppings that can be burnt to create steam, to turn turbines to make electricity. So again, there are many factors and ways that we can generate or create power, energy, electricity to stay warm in our communities and power our house and our every other day activities. Again, wind power, solar, hydro, wave, tide, geothermal, and biomass. Again, what we need to remember is that renewable resources are things that we can use again and again, and it will not run out. Whereas non-renewable, you have my guessed it class, is pretty much the opposite. Non-renewable means once we use it and it's gone, it is gone. We will not have it again. We will not have it for future use. Most of our electricities come from power stations such as fossil fuel, coal, oil, and gas, and other factors as well. But these are examples of non-renewable resource. Why? Again, once we use it and it's gone, it is gone. We cannot produce more of it. We cannot recreate it. It is absolutely just gone. So burning fossil fuel produces greenhouse gases, pollution, which leads to global warming. We already know that. But nuclear plants, coal, oil, natural gases, these are all examples of non-renewable resources. Again, once it's gone, it is absolutely gone. And as a result of that, we need to start thinking long-term factors. For example, most of our cars and our trucks, it takes gasoline. Again, one day down the road, gasoline will be all gone from this earth. And then how can we use our cars and our trucks? Okay, hence why they are starting to develop alternative methods of running these everyday activities such as our cars and our trucks. But again, non-renewable resources such as fossil fuel, oil, and coal and gas, simply once it's gone, it is gone. We cannot produce it again, and they are harmful to the environment. Okay, so again, pretty straightforward in terms of resources, renewable, non-renewable. Please make note of the difference of the two and list some examples. I have listed some on my screen. There are tons more examples in our textbook. All right, our last slide for today, types of conservation. There are many types. Some of these types we already discussed, but we'll discuss it again. And again, these are some of these examples we can do absolutely every day within our own communities, so that we can conserve it, protect it, sustain it, and maintain it for future use and for future generations as well. There are 6. Again, all 6 of these conservation types are in your textbook. It goes into greater details, but my notes on the screen simply just summarize it and to make it easier to understand. So 1, air quality, air conservations. Again, we know that pollution's out there. It stinks, it smells bad, it impacts our health, our problems. So again, we must do whatever we can to keep our air quality clean. We don't want it to smell bad. We want to breathe in good, clean air qualities. Again, we know that it impacts our health. Anyone, our elders, our youth, everyday normal people. So again, we must keep our air quality clean. That's more basically for urban areas and populations when there's more people. But again, we still need to keep our communities clean based on pollution, air qualities. Next, water. Again, we need to keep our water clean, keep it fresh, keep it clean so that we can use it, so that we can drink it, brush our teeth, take a bath, go swimming, go fishing, and we simply don't waste water because it's not good to waste water. So again, do what we can in order to keep our water system, our water wells, our oceans, our lakes, our streams fresh and clean, harmful away from chemicals and waste. Again, water is essential for living. We just drink lots of water every day. We use it for cooking, like I said, taking showers, brushing our teeth. We use water in so many factors that we may not even consider. Again, don't waste water. Soil. We need good soil to plant our crops, our vegetables, and whatnot. If not, it leads to erosion, where the soil is eroding away. It may not be good in terms of fertile or nutrition. Again, we need good soil so that we can grow food. If we don't have that, we can't grow our vegetables. Less production, less sales. Again, we must maintain and keep our soil. Wildlife, something that we haven't really talked much about in a way, but again, wildlife. Again, we just keep our wildlife safe, protect them. Again, if we don't, it leads into becoming in danger. It leads to extinction, meaning that they'll be gone. Again, over hunting. Again, I know that hunting is very popular in this area. And simply prevent forest fires. Again, forest fires, again, it destroys our ecosystem, it destroys our land, destroys our trees, and it affects animals as well as they lose their habitats. Again, conservation. Again, don't put garbage. Must keep our land and our community simply just clean. Metal. That's the next one. Simply recycle. Anything that's recyclable, it can be recycled. So paper, aluminum, glass bottles, plastic, anything can be recycled, can be reduced, can be reused again. Plastic containers, for example, can be reused. But again, all these are not just garbage. They do not just go to the dump. But again, we must conserve. If we don't, our landfill and our dump sites will be overcrowded. And then where else do we put our garbage, right? So again, more things to think about. Something that we can do in our community is perhaps set up a recycling program or start reducing recycling. Again, must limit our use of garbage. And finally, conservation of fuel. Again, we know that fossil fuel and gasoline, once it's gone, it is gone. So again, don't waste it. Use other alternative means for transportation, such as walking, biking, rollerblading, scooter, and other factors. Carpool if you have to. Again, we don't must waste gasoline. Again, we can lecture and make tons of lists based on conservation, but again, simply once it's gone, it is gone. We won't have it for the future. Alright? So air, water, soil, wildlife, metal, and fuel are just some example of conservation types that we can use so that we can maintain it, sustain it to have long, sustainable living. Alright? Any questions at the moment? It's pretty straightforward. Again, there's more definitions. A lot of it is overlapping, repetitive, as I have notes. But again, are there any questions right now, class? Any concerns? Anything you want me to go over? Anything you want me to repeat? Anything you want me to clarify? Again, just let me know. Alright, let's get to assignment number 15. Assignment number 15. Are you still there on the line with us, Lillian?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you working on assignment 10? Is that all done now?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Are you working on 11 now?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Any questions with assignment 11? Remember, assignment 11, I believe, is super short. I think there's like 4 questions on that assignment.
No.
Everything make sense so far?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Is that done, or are you just slowly working on it? Slowly working on it?
Assignment 4.
Say that again, sorry? Question 4?
Assignment 4.
Assignment 4?
4.
12?
Yeah.
Okay, you're working on assignment 12. Alright, good stuff. Did you need help with that? Did you want me to go over those questions with you?
No.
No, everything's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, if you have any questions, Lillian, just let me know, okay? Remember, I can't help you. I don't know what to help if you don't ask questions. Uh, so if you need tutoring or need anything for me to clarify or can't find the page number, just let me know. Just let me know. All right, class. Let's go over these questions on assignment number 15. You can still listen in on these, Lillian, but I'm just going to go over questions on assignment number 15. Assignment 15 is out of 40 big marks, 4-0 big marks. Probably the biggest assignment you have in this course, but again, it's nothing new. It's pretty much the same format. So let's get to these questions right now. Question number 1, name 5 things that upset the balance of the environments. Again, that's what's on the very first slide that we talked about. Again, it could be mining, digging, cutting down trees, okay, affecting animals in their homes, pollution. Again, these are just some examples that we do every day to upset the balance of the environment. Okay. Again, this 5, your textbook states it as well. What is the ozone layer? Again, describe it, tell me what it is, what is its purpose, what is its goal. Again, definition, 2 marks. Acid rain. Question number 3, tell me what it is. So again, acid rain is ... Again, tell me that definition, describe it, tell me what it is. Question 4 asks renewable resource, what it is. And then give me 2 examples of what it is. Okay, any 2. So renewable resource, again, is something that we can use again and again, and it will not run out, hence why it is renewable. And question 5 is non-renewable. Again, tell me what it is. Again, simply means once it's gone, it's gone. Give me 2 examples of non-renewable resource. Again, straightforward, a lot of definitions. We cover all of these definitions, and again, you can all find it in your textbook. Question number 6, what is carpooling? We didn't specifically talk about carpooling, but again, pretty straightforward. What is carpooling and how does that help reduce air pollution? Again, carpooling simply means we're driving in one car with many people. Okay, if we're going to the same place, if we're going to the northern store, I'll come pick you up in my car and we'll go together instead of having 2 separate cars or trucks. Again, how does that help reduce air pollution? Simply, there are less pollution. We're releasing less carbon dioxide. Again, carpooling, we're sharing, we're helping each other out, we're going to the same place. Why not drive together? It's simply carpooling. Question number 7. This is where you can be a bit creative. Think outside the box. List 3 laws you would create if you could to help cut down on air pollution. Okay, so put yourself in the position of power, where you can change laws and legislative. Create 3 laws that will help cut down air pollution. What would you do? What would you change to help cut down air pollution? You can simply make carpooling mandatory, stuff like that, but make 3 laws if you could to cut down on air pollution. Okay, so again, no correct answers here as long as it makes sense. This is a chance for you to be a bit creative, think outside the box a little bit. Alright, water and land pollution. Again, simply read this little passage. What other ways can we use to conserve water? Again, we can simply take showers instead of taking a bath, because we know that by taking a bath takes so much water. By taking a shower, it in a way reduces water. We can turn off the tap while we brush our teeth. Again, there's no need to leave the tap on running while we brush our teeth. Again, we're just wasting water to turn off tap. Again, these are all just simple examples and activities that we can do absolutely every single day for the purpose of conserving, protection, conservation, or just simply just saving water. Again, it is great for the environment and it's great on our water bills as well. Next, a chart. You see a little chart that talks about pollution. Our goal is to put a check mark, looks something like this, put a little check mark on where it fits best, okay, based on pollution. So you will read the description that is handed out here. Again, some of them can be subjective, and I understand that, but description. So basically, you read the description and you put a check mark on whether it applies to land pollution or water pollution. Okay, land pollution or water pollution. So, number one, for example, it says raw sewage discharge. Again, we know that sewage is water, and as a result, that has to do with the water. Okay, number two, dumping chemicals into rivers. Is that land pollution or is that water pollution? Dumping chemicals into rivers. Well, we know that rivers are a source of water, so that has to be water pollution. Okay, makes sense? Again, some of these can be subjective, like number five, garbage. Is that land pollution or is that water pollution? Again, it could be both, depending on how you look at the content. Garbage, we know that simply garbage is land pollution. Okay, again, read the description, put a check mark on where it applies. And again, I do understand that it is subjective to an extent. Okay, but again, if something that doesn't make sense on the description, just let me know and we can clarify it. But again, our goal here is to decipher whether it's land pollution or water pollution. Fill in the blank. Again, if you haven't taken PLAR Science, I believe PLAR Science has so much fill in the blank. But here is simply easy 13 marks. Not out of 5 marks, but it's out of 13 marks. Simply a mark each. Again, these are the simplest 13 marks that you will ever get. Again, you'll simply read the statement and you pick the words from the top and fill in the blank. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay. So again, a mark each, fill in the blank. Make sure you use the word only once. And the last question, again, it talks about trees and forests. About 66,000 square miles of the world's tropical rainforests are being destroyed each year. How does that upset the balance of nature? Again, it destroys homes for animals. Think of habitat. Okay, again, we've already answered that question in so many ways. But again, read the statement and answer the questions. Okay, and that right there, class, is assignment number 15. A bit different format as we got fill in a blank, we got charts, but for the most part, all the questions are similar. Again, read each questions, write in full complete sentences, and it's all right there. Again, if you have any questions or need any clarification, just let me know. But again, simple, straightforward. All right. Any last questions, comments, concern before we go? Anything else you need help with, Lillian, before we go? Any comments you want to share?
No.
No? Again, Lillian, continue to work hard on these assignments. Again, hopefully you can finish it all by the end of next week. So again, do as much as you can on your own. If you need help, again, let me know. Again, continue to come to class. I'm here to help. Again, come with questions. We can do the questions together if you need it. But remember, I'm here to help. Again, Lillian, I will mark your PLAR history test tomorrow, and I'll post your mark on your Facebook page, and I'll send you DC. Hopefully there's no problems with that. Okay?
Okay.
Good stuff. So I will see Lillian and everyone back here in class on Tuesday, where we will finish things up by looking at latitude and longitude, assignment number 16, and we'll wrap things up at the end of Thursday of next week as we wrap up this course. Okay? So again, continue to work on the assignments. If you need help, give me a shout. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. All right, bye, Lillian. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. And hopefully you can finish up those assignments. And I'll see everyone else next week as well. Thank you so much. Meet Gwitch.